Good evening. I'd like to call this Tuesday, January 2nd, 2018, meeting of Middletown City Council to order. Please stand and join me in a moment of meditation and the pledge allegiance to the flag. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Ms. Gankert, call the roll, please.
Ms. Vittori. Mr. Bohannon.
Here.
Mr. Moon.
Here.
Ms. Joe Mulligan.
Here.
Mayor Mulligan.
Here. All right, our first item this evening is an executive session, so I entertain a motion of the authority of Ohio Revised Code 121.22 G1 to consider the appointment of a public employee or official.
Moved. Second.
Okay. Ms. Gankert, would you call the roll?
Mr. Bohannon.
Yes.
Mr. Moon.
Yes.
Mr. Mulligan.
Yes.
Mayor Mulligan.
Yes.
Ms. Vittori.
Yes.
All right, we'll excuse ourselves to the police training room and reconvene the meeting shortly after. And we're good to go. All righty. Okay, I'll bring our meeting back to order following our executive session. I'll entertain a motion for the appointment of our vice mayor.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make the motion that we nominate Mr. Talmoon as our vice mayor.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, any other discussion or comments? Ms. Gank, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Moon.
Abstain.
Mr. Mulligan.
Yes.
Mayor Mulligan.
Yes.
Mr. Bohannon.
Yes.
Ms. Vettori.
Yes.
All right, congratulations, Tal. Look forward to working with you as vice mayor. Thank you. All right, our next agenda item is our citizens' comments. I received one card this evening from Reverend Tori Colts. Good evening, Pastor Colts.
Good evening. I hope everyone is doing well. Had a great New Year's Eve and Christmas. I'm coming to you again, and I am coming to you really just wanting to let you know that from a biblical standpoint, my husband, he has 6 o'clock prayer every morning. So, and we pray for the city and we pray for you all because we do understand that the things that you all have to deal with and the things that I've been, coming to you with and things like that, it is very challenging and we have to think a little bit outside the box. But I did just want to come to you and let you know that we are praying for you and everything. And I'm just praying that God will bless you with peace, bless you with the strategy, and being able to come up with the right people, being able to speak to the right people, and being able to do the right things, and just really being able to have sometimes maybe some of those hard conversations, because a lot of times when we have these kind of challenges, the hard conversations are hard, and everybody gets frustrated, everybody gets irritated. So I'm just, I just wanted to let you know that we want to partner with you, and I don't want you to feel like, I know last time, a lot of times I'm very passionate, and so I didn't want you to feel like I was being like a really strong person or whatever. But I wanted to let you know that from my heart that I understand that your challenges are great in the city of Middletown, and that we're praying for you all.
All right, well, thank you. All right, that concludes our citizen comments. Move on to city manager reports. Mr. Atkins.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. Mr. Moon, congratulations on being vice mayor. Joe, it's nice to have you back on council, and Amy, it's nice to have you on council for the first time. So I got a whole new group to work with. It's going to be fun. To that end, one of the things that we did a couple years ago when we had new council members is a council retreat. At the last one we did, which was 2 or 3 years ago, we had some problems with the press misquoting a number of things that came out of that retreat, and so we discontinued them for a couple of years. I do think now that reporter has moved on to other assignments, and with 2 new council members, it'd be nice to get Joe up to speed on some of the things we've been working on behind the scenes in the last couple of years, and also Amy to bring her up to speed on everything. So I would like to propose that we look at having a council retreat this year, maybe towards the end of January, first half of February. Wanted to I can put it out tonight. You can either think about it, or if you have an immediate answer, that's fine as well. But we've done it a couple ways. We've done it on alternate Tuesdays, from 5 to 9 one evening. We've also done it on a Saturday morning. I personally like the Saturday morning better. I also like to do it off-site. The last one I think we did was at Houston Woods Lodge. Gives a chance to get out of town, sit down, have breakfast, and sit and do things. But wanted to kind of get council's feel, if not this evening, I'll let you all think about it a little bit. If you can come up with an idea on whether you'd rather have a Tuesday or a Saturday or some other day, whatever that would work for council, I can certainly then get with Amy and Nadine and start looking at what dates in the future might work out. But I just need some beginning place to start as to how we would put that together.
Okay. Any immediate thoughts from any council members?
I'm game for it. I think it's well needed.
I don't have a strong preference for Tuesday or Saturday necessarily. I do have family vacation scheduled first week of February, so that would conflict the first part of that. So,
would council be okay with a Saturday morning? And again, we'll poll everybody and find the Saturday that works. But and any objection to going, we'll look at other venues, but something like a Houston Woods or something like that where we get away from Middletown. I think the last time we did it a couple years ago, we got snowed out, but that can always happen. But yet, if I remember that day, it took me 20 minutes to get to the community center, and we finally all gave up and went home. Yeah. But that's okay too. Some Saturday coming up at some other location. If that's a good starting point, I'll go ahead and I'll get Amy and the team to start putting together and pulling councils the dates that are available, venues that are available, and we'll try to put that together. Would also like to cover not only just a basic update, but we've had some discussions about economic development. I'd like to revisit those during that morning about how we're doing things and make sure that council's on board. You know, we've talked a little bit about the timing, and some of these come and go so fast. If we're going to be in the game for getting these opportunities and having a chance to get these jobs and these businesses, we have to move very quickly. So we're going to need to make sure that council's in a place that they're comfortable, that as long as we stay in the box that we've created, that we can run and gun as we need to and keep keep Middletown in the game for these opportunities. Last thing is we're going to talk about housing a lot in 2018. We have developed a large toolbox of things that are working well across the country. I would like to bring those to council, and before I go talk to the public, before we look at individual neighborhoods, before we do the things we're going to do throughout the year, just make sure that if there's 8 or 10 things that we could do, are there any that give council heartburn? Because we'll pull those off the table before we even start the discussions. But again, look at the housing opportunities that we have available. There's a lot of really cool tools that we've never used in Middletown. It'd be nice to dust them off, look at them, and see, in certain instances, whether or not they would be effective in certain neighborhoods. So we'd like to cover that. As we put this together, what we'll also do is we'll poll each of you for anything else that you would like to cover as part of that morning. And generally, it's a morning from roughly 8 to 12. Last time we did it at Houston Wood, we had breakfast there, some kind of mid-morning snack of some kind, and out by noon. But that would be the style of what we'll do, if that's okay. We'll start getting to work on what that might look like and when it might be then. And, Your Honor, that's all I have.
All right, thank you very much. That brings us to our consent agenda. Ms. Skank?
For the consideration this evening, we have the approval of the city council minutes from December 19th, 2017, to receive and file board and commission minutes from the Board of Health from November 14th, 2017, and to confirm the board and commission appointments of Bruce Hughley of the Library Board and Nancy Ramirez of the Historic Commission.
Okay, do we have a motion for the approval of the issues and actions as listed on the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Ms. Skank, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Mulligan?
Yes.
Mayor Mulligan?
Yes.
Ms. Vittori?
Yes.
Mr. Bohannon?
Yes.
Mr. Moon?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. That brings us to council comments. Start this evening with Mr. Mulligan.
Thank you, Your Honor. First of all, Happy New Year to everyone, and excited to be back on council and working on behalf of the citizens. I alluded to this when Ms. Vittori and I were sworn in December, but it really is a different city from when I moved back here in 2006 and when I was first elected to council in 2011. And I feel such a different type of excitement and a renewed optimism in Middletown. I'm looking forward to building on that momentum and making it a better city. And I'm looking forward to working with staff and the rest of council this year and in 4 years to come. So thank you.
Very good. Mr. Bohannon?
Thank you, Mayor. Again, I'd like to welcome our new council members and congratulate Mr. Moon for becoming vice mayor. The city lost a very important person this last week. Bud Rossai passed away unexpectedly, and he and I were business associates, and it's very heartbreaking to hear that he had passed, but I just wanted to pass on the condolences to his family, to the Lawley family, and the service will be tomorrow at St. John's at noon, and hopefully everybody will be there. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Vittori?
Thank you, Your Honor. It's fun to say that. I'm really excited to be here. As I mentioned before, this is really an honor for me, so I want to thank everyone that spent time helping me to get to this place, and I really look forward, and I very much appreciate your comments, Reverend, about really trying to take a positive attitude and working together and finding common ground. I know that the political tenor these days isn't always positive, but I'm a very positive and a very open person, so I look forward to getting to know people in the community better. I look forward to sharing my gifts and what I'm capable of doing, and hopefully doing that here in our city. So I'm really excited for the next 4 years. And then I also wanted to mention another community member who passed away, Miss Sandra Ross, and the Ross family has been close to me my whole life, and they've been pillars of this community, and she passed away a few days ago. Her visitation is this evening after this meeting, but she did a lot for this community. She ran a Montessori school, and she was really a wonderful woman. So I just wanted to pass on my condolences to the family.
Thank you. Mr. Moon?
Thank you, Mayor. Happy New Year as well to everyone. Welcome, Amy and Joe. Look forward to the next 2 years and working with you. I want to wish Mr. Bohannon a happy birthday. And I just want to thank all my colleagues for their support in serving as vice mayor. It's a tremendous honor to serve my hometown, and I just look forward to the next 2 years. That's all I have.
Thank you. I just have a couple comments again to wish everyone a happy new year. It's hard to believe we're in 2018 already. Time seems to go by very quickly. And I've been in this chair for 10 years now, which seems also very hard to believe. But it's been a lot of fun. We've seen a lot of great things happen. It's great to have new council, new blood, new ideas. It's been a constant theme, I think, with the change in councils over the years. So it's been good. Each one brings a different element and some new good ideas to the city, and I think we look forward to a good experience in 2018. I'll just mention there is First Friday activities this Friday. It's going to be a little cold downtown, but no reason not to come out and take in some of the activities and things like that post-holiday. And I also want to congratulate former council member Josh Lawball. He opened his brewery downtown on the 22nd. I think that was after our last meeting. And very cool venue. Nice to see a building brought back, and lots of fun times there. So anyone that wants gluten-free beer, Middletown's the place to have it. So it's good to have that. So, and with that, Ms. Fox, we can take care of our 2 pieces of legislation.
Correct. Good evening, Mr. Mayor. There are 2 items of legislation tonight, none of which are emergencies. The first is ordinance number O-2017-69. This is an ordinance vacating a portion of Long Meadow Drive. This is a second reading and is ready for action this evening.
All right, do we have a motion to adopt?
So move.
Second.
Any other discussion or comments?
We did see the email come through. You want to explain a little bit more about that?
I can, as you're aware, Your Honor, we had a public hearing on this at the last meeting. There was a question raised about whether or not that vacation would preclude development in the future, and the answer is yes, because part of that, the topography of the land, they found some problems with water and things that precluded that. So what they did is you're going to vacate this portion of Long Meadow Drive, and they're going to extend a portion of another street to fill in most of the homes that would have been lost by the vacation of Long Meadow Drive.
So no net impact on homes, basically.
I think it's a small net negative impact, but very small. Just a couple homes will not be able.
Any discussion or comments? Okay, Ms. Skank, would you call the roll, please?
Mayor Mulligan?
Yes.
Ms. Vittori?
Yes.
Mr. Bohannon?
Yes.
Mr. Moon?
Yes.
Mr. Mulligan?
Yes.
Next is resolution number R 2018-01. This is a resolution authorizing the city manager to accept and receive an aviation grant funding from the Ohio Department of Transportation. This is for the airport master plan. This is a first reading.
All right. Mr. Atkins?
Yes, Your Honor. As you're aware, we're updating the airport master plan and airport layout plan next year. We do have a grant from the FAA that covers 90% of that. As part of that, there's a 10% match required by the city. ODOT has a program where they will provide half of the match, of the 10% match. All they require is a resolution accepting the money. That's this resolution. It'll be up for your passage at the next meeting.
Very good. Any questions for Mr. Atkins? All right. Thank you very much. That concludes our business for this evening. We'll be in recess until January 16th in these chambers, 2018. Thank you all. Have a good evening.
I will